So as a massive Scooby Doo fan, I've pretty much reviewed every single entry over the last decade. I will link to my playlist in the description box below. I've actually been a little bit underwhelmed with the Scooby Doo franchise as of late, as their straight-to-video releases used to be absolutely iconic and absolutely epic, but they've kind of lost their way lately until Scooby Doo and Krypto 2, which really does catapult the franchise back to the top. And I just loved this film. And it is primarily a Scooby-Doo mystery solving film in terms of where are the JLA and who is behind all of this. But at the same time, it definitely does infuse DC into it too. As for the first time in a long time, a crossover with the Scooby-Doo franchise has just worked to perfection. As like I said, these two mega brands just came together so well. And I just loved everything that they did with it. I loved every single minute. So for example, bringing Lex Luthor into the mystery with the gang was so good. He was being classic Lex Luthor, but with a bit of a Scooby-Doo edge to it. I love that there were plenty of suspects and lots of different ways that they could have taken the storyline. I was expecting a little bit more from Lois Lane and Jimmy Olsen, especially as they did open this special, but you know, I do think what they did do, like I said, was really good. I thought it was hilarious how Daphne went to the same summer camp as Jimmy Olsen, and actually that's how they know each other. And actually what you think is going to be Jimmy Olsen's girlfriend is going to be Velma. Actually it's Daphne, as they did have a little bit of a date when they were in summer camp, and of course Fred Jones is getting really jealous of this, which was pretty hilarious. Velma is seeming to be outsmarting Lex Luthor, which is really unexpected, and maybe some people did expect that, but I thought that was really funny. And Scooby and Shaggy, of course, are working along with Krypto and the computer that can grant them pretty much anything that they want. And like I said, I feel like they infuse DC into it so well. So for example, Batman's utility belt, which Fred is always using but can't really use in the right way, but then when Daphne uses it, she is able to use it to perfection. We of course got Green Lantern rings, which again they couldn't really use properly. I would have loved a little bit more similarly to Lois Lane and Jimmy Olsen for them to do a little bit more with the secondary villainous characters from a DC perspective. For example, Joker and Harley Quinn were so good, they should have and could have done so much more with them. But they chose Solomon Grundy to be the one that they elevated a little bit more. Giganta was obviously over there, Zod and the other Kryptonians. When you do see the JLA characters, they are really cool, but they are truly supporting characters and truly minimized. There was no Batman to be seen, as like I said, of course they've done tons of crossovers already with Scooby-Doo and Batman, and every single time that they do that, it is always so glorious. I guess they did learn their lesson from Scoob in terms of having a little bit more mystery solving here. They definitely could have elevated that a little bit more, but I feel like they made up for it with the classic DC type final battle right at the end, which was just so epic. And I just loved it. Like I said, Daphne using the utility belt, everyone trying to get the Phantom gun to bring back the JLA, all of the evil characters that are doing all of their evil nefarious things. It was just such a brilliant final act. And if anything, I feel like they could just continue this and make it a bit of a mini series, potentially comprising of, 3 to 5 films and short stories with Scooby-Doo and the DC world. As like I said, they just came together so well. And also speaking of Scoob, they did do a tax write-off of the Scoob sequel, Holiday Haunt. So I'm really glad that they didn't do that with this, as they were potentially going to, as it just came into its own so well. And I am just so glad that we got to see this special, as it was just so brilliant, and I love the storyline of everything taking place here. Some of the things were a little bit predictable, but I feel like it was fine because it just came together so well. And so for all of those reasons, I'm going to give Scooby-Doo and Krypto 2 a mega 7.5 out of 10. Now I'd love to hear what you thought of this special, so please let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.